goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What's up? It's Michael Yo. Welcome to Comics on Cane's COC. Appreciate you watching. Got to be honest with you. I'm going to be performing in Columbus, Ohio this weekend. Columbus, Ohio. Shows are almost sold out. Get your tickets. I'll be at the Funny Bone. But you know, they're having a playoff game on Saturday night against Tennessee. And I got to be honest with you, man. Got to be honest. It bums me out. I'm still bummed. Look, I know we can't change it. I know there's nothing we can do about it. But you can still be bummed out about it, right? Look, this is a live podcast. Leave your live podcast. We're just gonna talk about all the craziness that's going on with the portal. We're gonna talk about a lot of Miami Hurricanes madness that's going on. But when I hear all this playoff talk, I gotta be honest, it still hurts my soul. If you're a real Miami Hurricanes fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This hurts. This hurts. 12 teams. And we're not one of those 12 teams. I think it would have been much better if there was only 4 teams this year. Because 4 teams, you're like, all right, we didn't make it. But when there's 12 teams and you know you're better than the other 2 teams that made it, oh, it hurts. It hurts, man. It hurts bad. But we got to keep pressing on, man. We got to keep pressing on. You know, jump in there with comments. Anything Miami Hurricanes? Yes, you're right, Jimmy Benjamin. You're right. We did it to ourselves. We did do it to ourselves. And that's the thing. You know, I was at the gym working out today, and I got a trainer. I just had a big birthday, so I'm trying to look. I want to be around for my kids. I'm getting old. You know, I'm getting old. So I want to be around for my kids. But I was talking to my trainer, and he was like, yo, man, they got robbed. I go, nah, we didn't get robbed. We did it to ourselves. Just like Jimmy said, we did it to ourselves. 100% did it to ourselves. But let's talk about the madness. I want to get your takes on things that's going on in the portal. First, I want to start with Cam Ward. Cam Ward at the Heisman Trophy ceremony only got 4 votes. Can we talk? When people say, there's other people from other schools, you realize that will say there's no hate towards Miami. This is all overblown. Miami, you know, people respect, but no, they don't. How can Cam Ward get only 4 votes in the Heisman race? I mean, that's ridiculous. That is ludicrous. That is absolutely insane. And Gabriel, the dude from Oregon, gets 24 votes, 4 times as many votes as Cam Ward. Are you serious? And Cam Ward is projected the number 1 or 2 quarterback in the draft. And you're saying it's almost comical. It's almost comical. That's what's happening in college football. And there will be a day where some billionaire is going to buy a college football team. He's going to sponsor the whole thing, throw Amazon on it, throw Tesla on it, throw something on it, and it's going to be the University of blank / Tesla. I mean, am I lying? That's where we're going. But here's the thing. A lot of people hate on it. I think, to me, I still love it. You remember, oh, man, you guys are coming with the comments. I love it. Keep the comments coming. I'm going to get to them. You remember, and I'm going to tell you this. You remember when the whole BLM movement happened and they were putting, like, stuff in the end zones, like in racism and things like that? You had a whole group of people that said, we're not going to watch NFL anymore. Yeah, I'll never watch that again. Guess what? Those messages are still at the end zones. And NFL football is the biggest it's ever been. So if you say, oh, college football is bad, it's terrible, guess what? When the Canes roll around, you're still going to be watching it. So I don't mind. I don't mind paying the players. I don't mind. It's a new business model. You got to figure it out. figure it out before everybody else. And let's be honest, Miami, the first year when they got Cam Ward, first 2 years, they had it figured out before everybody. Now everybody's catching up. Now all you need is one billionaire to fund your team. And I guarantee you one day, instead of Nike on that uniform, it's going to be Nike and Amazon, Nike and somebody. But I'm fine with that too. Whatever school gets the most money, you have a great chance of winning. But what I love about college football right now is that there's a lot of times these bigger schools with all the, like Ohio State, supposed to have the best. Urban Meyer said this is the best players they've ever had. And they lost to no names. Well, not no names, but they lost to Michigan. They lost games they weren't supposed to lose. And that's what I love about college football. Like teams with all this NIL will still lose to teams with no NIL. And that's what makes college football so amazing. So amazing. No way Cam Ward should have been 100%. There's no way. But guess who votes on that? Like critics and coaches. I don't even know who makes up the Heisman vote. There's a Heisman, I know, like team committee that votes on it. This just shows you how idiotic these Heisman voters are. Fourth? How can you be fourth in voting but the number 1 or 2 draft pick? That doesn't even make any sense. And you give a guy 4 times as many votes that have less yards, less everything than Cam Ward. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense. IMAX, that was anti-hurricane bias, and I agree. See, other fan bases think we just whine about it a lot. I'm going to be honest. I know a lot of fan bases. They oh, Miami's always, but it's true. That's evidence right there. That is evidence right there. But Hunter and Genty had a better year. How did Hunter have a better year? Tell me, how did Hunter have a better year? Was he the best wide receiver in the country? Did he have the best numbers? Was he the best cornerback in the country? Did he have the best numbers? Or was he good at both? How did Hunter have a better year? Was he the number 1 cornerback? So basically, you had a player that was good at 2 positions. You had the best running back, and you had the best quarterback, Cam Ward. And you had Travis Hunter, no disrespect, but he was good at both. But he wasn't, I wouldn't say elite at both. I think he's more of an elite receiver because he made some fantastic catches than a cornerback. You're telling me he was the best cornerback in college football? Is that what you're saying, Jimmy Benjamin? That Travis Hunter was the best cornerback in college football? Or the best receiver? Was he the best receiver in college football? I don't know. You let me know. All right. JT Nickelbag. Yo, a safety and a receiver in the portal. Let's get the watch. Oh, man. All right. I knew y'all were going to bring it up, so I got to talk about it. Mater. That's the name, right? Mateer or whatever his name. Mateer. It's up to us in Oklahoma for this guy. I'll be honest with you. I am the minority in this group. I want to roll with Emory. I know I'm the minority. I know I'll get attacked for it. I want to roll with Emory. I don't mind. If we get him, great. If we get him, great. Here's what happens if you get him versus Emory. I'm going to give you the next. What happens if you get him, you'll have wide receivers falling in the line. You're going to get all the wide receivers. As soon as they announce that, if Miami gets this, you're going to have every big portal wide receiver, whoever they're committed to, they will flip to Miami because they want to play in Dawson's system. You will get that. What you will get with Emory, I think you'll have more of a Georgia-type offense. Run heavy, Duke can pass, he can scramble a little bit. They'll change the offense. It's not going to be as dynamic as Cam Ward. But you're thinking this other guy, Mateer or Mater or whatever his name is going to be like Cam Ward. He's not. He's not. You can watch the Washington State tape all you want. When he gets here, he is not going to be Cam Ward. Okay? So to me, he's going to be one step above Emory. Now, if you don't start Emory will leave. Then you will have this dude, what's his name? Luke Nickel coming in. Did you see his game? 21 for 22, over 400 yards. And the dude got wheels. I was watching some of this dude got wheels, bro. He can run. That Luke Nickel, he for real. But here's the thing. Emory's going to be gone. Who's your backup quarterback then? You're hoping this guy's not going to get hurt. And also, what's that message going out to recruits that you recruit quarterbacks? Are we in the game for a quarterback every year? Coming down to the last minute, where now what it does, if you get a quarterback all the time, what that does is makes everybody in the portal wait to see who you got instead of building a quarterback with it. Just think about this. You got CJ Daniels. You're going to have Zay left. But here's my thing about Zay. When I saw Zay leave, I was like, all right, get your money. Because is Zay elite? Because the thing about college football, and even in the pros, you can probably name 5 elite wide receivers in the pros. And you can probably name 5 elite. And when I talk about elite, I mean like Jeremiah Smith, elite, right? Zay, not elite. Put Zay up to next to Jeremiah. So when people are whining about Zay, and I love Zay, I love Horton. But when you're saying, oh, we lost our number one, where would you put him against Jeremiah Smith? So you're saying Jeremiah Smith for Ohio State is their number one, but you're saying Zay should be our number one. You need to aim higher. Concepcion, that's the number one. And guess what? Horton going into his 3rd year, he knew, or 4th year, he knew people were coming. Remember, these guys hear what's happening. They know what's going on. He knew they were going to get other receivers. He knew he would have to battle. He saw Brashard Smith. He saw all these other players go to SMU and shine. Yes, they have lower level players. We did not live up, and trust me, we did not live up to our potential. 100%. 10-2 is weird to say that, but we did not. We should be in the ACC championship. We should be in the playoffs. That's our bad. That's our bad. But when people complain about that, he's not elite. He's good. Let's say there's 100% of wide receivers. About 5% of those are elite. The other 95 are good. Like CJ Daniels, I don't know where is he elite? I don't know, but I know Concepcion is elite. I know that dude's elite. So to me, receivers are interchangeable. The one position to me that's interchangeable is receiver. Because you got a lot of dudes that are fast and can catch the rock with a good quarterback. But there's only very few that are elite. So like to me, to be honest with you, to me, X was elite because he was elite and he knew how to find space for the quarterback. He knows how to find open holes. That's elite. He's the best. He's the best in college football, finding holes in zones or finding the open spaces. He is elite in that. Even though Gary Furman won't say he's elite, even though he's 2nd team All-American, Gary Furman, and I love him, but he's always dogged. He's too slow. He's too this. He's that. 2nd team All-American. And he will get drafted in the top 3 rounds. Trust. So when you lose a Zay, I'm like, okay, a good receiver. Good. But if that's your number one receiver compared to Jeremiah Smith and Concepcion, our team has problems. I think Zay was excellent. And this is no disrespect. And maybe Zay didn't get enough chances because, let's be honest, Brickhand Sam Brown took a lot of his snaps. And if I was Zay, I'd be mad too. It's like, yo, I may not be elite, but I'm better than that dude. And you put that dude in front of me. Mr. I can't catch a cold. Brickhand Sam Brown. Brickhand Sam Brown. I like that. And look, no disrespect to Sam Brown, but he dropped a lot of passes. I'm just going by stats, Sam Brown. If you're watching this, and here's what's interesting. This may not be the biggest podcast, but I know players. I've met a lot of players, and they listen to this podcast. So, Sam Brown, no disrespect. I'm going by your numbers. But I'm not apologizing either. You dropped a lot of rocks this year. I think you were the #1 dropper. Here comes the hot dropper. Word 'em up. I'm the lyrical gangster. Word 'em up. I'll drop a ball quick. Word 'em up. I still love you like. Okay, anyway. See, I'm getting stupid now. All right, going to your safety. Yes, they got that thing. The safety and I believe it's a USC brothers, but they have an ND where they kind of already know where they're going. Unless Mario's working undercover, the loafers. I don't know. People don't feel good about that. I have no read on that myself. Let's see. He was a Davey O'Brien. Yes, he was. Cam Ward, Davey O'Brien winner, 4th in the Heisman race. Doesn't make any sense. All right, here we go. I love IMAX. I love that he watches all the time. Hunter's whole shine was him playing both ways. He wasn't a leading. No, he wasn't. But when you do something for the first time, you get credit for it. Right? Howard Stern was, and I'm saying this in quotes, was the first to be a shock jock. So he got all the credit, even though he copied his style. In his documentary, he tells you he copied his style. I forgot the DJ's name, but he copied a black DJ's name in a market that he worked at. Basically took his style. And he said that in his movie. So he got credited as a first, but there was a person before him that he learned it from. All right, this is a new one. Odell J, welcome to the show. It's first time me reading your comment. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you. Remember, at one point, they completely stopped talking about Cam. And yes, we don't get to lose 2 games and still see our players get elevated. It's true. It's true. I remember ESPN, after we lost to Syracuse, they didn't even have him in the graphics anymore. And let's be honest. With Cam Ward only getting 4 votes, he's lucky he got invited. Because they knew he was only going to get 4 votes. But they knew how bad it would look. You have the #1 quarterback in the draft, possibly #2, not showing up for the Heisman and had the best numbers. Well, let's be honest. The Syracuse quarterback had a little bit better numbers than Cam Ward, but got no credit at all. He had more passing yards, at least. All right. Yes, I agree. Here's what I learned at the Heisman. And I'm being honest with you. Yes, I saw that CJ Daniels watched Emory throw. That story just came out. He watched Emory throw in practice, and that's why he's like, yo, I'm good. I've seen him practice. I've seen Emory. I'm good with him. Who knows who's going to be quarterback, but I'm good with Emory. I'm telling you, man, people sleeping on Emory. You're sleeping on him. And I wouldn't mind. I think it's better for the program. Look, if we get the other dude, great. But I think it's better for the program for Emory to go 10-2. Even though the schedule is harder next year, the offense will change. The escapability won't be there with Emory. But guess what? Emory doesn't make stupid mistakes. Emory is not going to turn the rock over. Emory will do the checkdowns. Emory will be like he will be the dude that says, you know what Emory would be? Don't lose us the game. That's Emory. Hand it off, make the passes, boom, let's move down the field. Don't try, no hero ball, just move the ball. And I think Miami will do well in that format. Because I know y'all all hyped about this, but I think he's like that much better than Emory. That much better. But we're all hyped on it. And here's the thing, the people making the most noise is the people that give no money to the Canes. I call them thumb thugs. Thumb, 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 thugs. Just type away. Oh, y'all know, we need to get this guy because I'm lonely in my basement. Yeah. Stop being a thumb thug. I'm rolling with Emory. But if we get the other dude, great. All right. I want to roll with Emory or Luke. Man, I'm telling you, man, we need to build within, man. Because every year now, we're going to be like, oh, well, who's our portal quarterback this year? And like I said, if we get the other dude, great. I'm excited. I'm happy. He'll elevate the program. All these receivers are going to be jumping in. 100%. I'm being honest with you. And if it doesn't happen, you could lose, in my personal opinion, you could lose CJ Daniels. And like Emory's the guy, CJ be like, I thought y'all were going to get somebody else. I'm out. Could happen. Well, who knows? Who knows? But if what CJ says about Emory is true, he won't leave. I think I think people sleeping on Emory. Okay. Horton leaving says a lot about Emory. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're absolutely, Jimmy Benjamin, you are absolutely 100% wrong. Idiotic comment. And you know I call out stupid comment. That's a dumb comment. Let me tell you why Horton's leaving. Because somebody's going to pay him a bag. And when you can get a bag and you're not elite, get that bag. Because Zay may be elite. I think Zay is great. I don't think he's elite. Not yet. He may be elite for another team, but he wasn't elite this year. He was good. He should have got more playing time than Sam Brown. If I'm Zay, I'd be like, yo, I'm pissed that you let this other dude play in front of me when you knew I was a better receiver. And now that you're bringing in other receivers, how do I know, and you're going to pay them a lot more money than me, how do I know I'm going to get that number one spot? I may be number 2 or 3 again. So I'm going to a place like Oklahoma or a place where they lost all their receivers where I know I'll be in a better spot to be a number 1 receiver. Had nothing to do with Emory. Guarantee you had nothing to do with Emory. You must have forgot Emory beat Clemson. Emory, what Travis were very close to beating Florida State. And this is with him playing no ball, really. We forget quick, though, don't we? FSU making good moves. Do you like the new quarterback, former Boston? No. Nah. Don't bother me. No. I think Florida State is in a world of trouble. Maybe they win 5 games next year. I mean, all they play, you talk about a quarterback they got, but look who's leaving. Their leading rusher, not rusher, but defensive lineman left today. They're in a world of trouble. There's a lot of things going on Florida State that you're seeing a bunch of players leave. Miami, surprisingly, Horton, the 4th receiver, is the big surprise that left us. 4th receiver, not number 1, 4th. The other one's getting drafted, of course. But the 4th receiver left, and we're like, oh my God, Emory can't play. Dude, you have other teams where number 1s are leaving. You know, number 1, that's like Ruben Bain leaving. Now, if Ruben Bain left, you'd be like, yo, something going on. You know, if Malagoa, a friend, what's his name, Kiko left? Oh, Kiko's leaving. But the lineman, I can't get the name, Marigoa, you know who I'm talking about. If he left, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. But we got a 4th string, not 4th. I want to give Zach a great receiver, but he was 4th, leaving, and we're all like, oh my God. Well, you got other teams, number 1s are leaving that will be number 1 next year. We're saying Zay would have been number 1 next year. I saw all the boards, all crying. We don't know that. If you get Concepcion, this CJ Daniels is already, how do you know he's number 1? That just shows you he wasn't a number 1, right? And I want to say this, he wasn't a number 1 on this team. Mario doesn't think, to go out and grab other receivers, Mario doesn't think he's a number 1, or whoever doesn't think he's a number 1 threat. I think Zay's a great receiver. Not on this team, an elite receiver, where Jeremiah Smith, elite. I want you to not be confused. Zay will put up numbers anywhere he goes and do well, and probably get drafted. I hope he gets drafted. But he's not a Jeremiah Smith. When you go elite and good, it's a big gap. There's only probably about 5 to 8 receivers in college that are elite. NFL, Tyreek, Jefferson, I don't know the NFL well, but those are the 2 I know. And there's probably 3 or 4 other ones. But that's it. Elite. All the rest are great. And Zay is great. But so far, not elite. Am I wrong in saying that? Let me know in the comments. We're live, so I want to hear from you. Horton is really good, not elite. Okay. I think Zay is tweening for more. Yes, he wants more money. But guess what? When you ask for more money and then you see the competition coming in, you're like, yo. I think, look, you can dog Mario all you want about coaching. And I've been on that train too. But as far as the game of recruiting, NIL, I think Mario knows what he's doing. And I saw everybody jump. He hasn't signed a quarterback yet. He don't need to sign a quarterback. He got one. Emory. Now, if he gets this other dude, great. But if he don't, he ain't stressed. And guess what? To get this other quarterback, they'll probably drop a bag because they know so many NIL people are going to come in there. All right, what you got? Starting Luke as a freshman red shirt would be ideal. Dude, Luke, let me tell you. Luke is the truth. I watched his game, a little bit of his game last night. 21 for 22 over 400 yards. All right, here we go. Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, elite. You see what I mean? Elite. It's a big difference. Think about it. Do you put Zay in Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Williams level? Now, if you do, then I'm wrong. But if you don't, then I'm right. Because you're right, 818 Cali Kane. You are absolutely, that is elite. 100% elite. And Concepcion, elite. If Shannon Dawson was that good of an offense coordinator, we say he should make it to. Am I saying they should make it to the ACC chip? I'm saying they should have made it with Cam Ward. They didn't. So I'm saying I don't think look, Emory, it will be a different team with Emory. Will they make it? I hope so. I still think they win 9-10 games. The schedule's much tougher. You can't compare the schedule they play this year to next year's schedule. I don't even know, what was the schedule strength this year? I'm making this up now. I think it was like 60 or 70, right? I think that was a range. But let's say their schedule this year was 100. Next year would jump up 50 spots, probably. So you can't even compare the same schedule. Cam Ward might have been Cam Ward with next year's schedule. So you're asking Emory to be the same as Cam Ward when Cam Ward might not have been Cam Ward with this next year's schedule. I mean, can we agree on that? All right, going through your comments here. Thank you so much for sending them in too. I really appreciate it. Let me see what we got. Keep pulling quarterbacks from the portal. Going to start. Yes, we're going to start losing recruits. I'm going to go to the bottom because a lot of y'all writing in. Okay, you got to be high if you think Emory's the guy. Why, Dubs? Why, Dubs 2407? Why am I high? What has he done to prove he's not the guy? Beat Clemson and would have beat Florida State, possibly? What has he done to show he's not the guy? Let me ask you. You say I'm high, but you give no reasoning. Why am I high? What has Emory shown that he's not the guy? I'm waiting, Dub, 2407. You can hit reply anytime. Michael Williams. No, Emory's throwing motion is slow. Okay. Beat Clemson and Florida State, close to it, with Travis playing quarterback. His motion was slow there too, right? Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. Emory led us to victory with a good defense. Are you sure you're not? Thank you, IMAX. Like these people this is what I call the thugs. No reason that they just say you high. Give me a reason why I'm high. Give me some numbers. Give me a stat. Give me something that says I'm high. Oh, he wrote back. Let's see what Dubs. If Cam win 9 or 10 games, first Dubs 2407. Can you write better? If Cam win 9, 10 games with Emory, why we get Cam? I think what you're trying to say, if Emory can win 9 or 10 games, why did we get Cam? Because Cam is a generational quarterback. Do you think this other dude is a generational quarterback they're going for? I think not. Generational means once out of every 10 years. I don't think this next guy is generational. So why wouldn't you go for a generational quarterback? You'd be an idiot not to go for a generational quarterback. Dub 2407. I didn't have confidence in Dawson last season. Neither do I this season. Cam is the one that saved his job. You can say that. You can say, yes, he bailed him out a lot, but they had the number one offense. So you're just going to give credit. I mean, look, if you're on the train with like, hey, we got Cam Ward, it was the number one offense, and it was just because of Cam Ward, and nobody else caught the ball. Nobody else. Cam did it himself. Like, there's a lot of parts. Yes, Cam is the main reason, 100%. And I agree with you, Anthony Mendez. But there was a lot of pieces that made that happen. That offensive line, where Cam could sit back there and make biscuits. Like, let me see. Let me throw some spices in there. Let me stir it. It's the offensive line. It was the receivers catching the ball. There's a lot that goes into that. Look, I get caught up in the Cam hype too. I love Cam. I hope he goes to the Raiders and not the Giants, because that's a mess. If the Giants pick Cam Ward, his career is over. I'm letting you know. That organization is dysfunctional, and we all know it. Dorsey wasn't the most elite quarterback, but he was surrounded by elite talent. You do the same with Emory. I agree. Emory can get the rock there, man. And like I said before, if you're just tuning in, if we get the other dude, great. I'm happy for it. You know, because I think you're going to get a lot more higher level portal additions. But if you strike out, no use in bringing in another quarterback. A lot of people say Mendoza. Mendoza's good from Cal. I mean, he's solid. But he'll lose to Emory in the quarterback battle. I guarantee you. He won't beat Emory in the quarterback battle. So, here we go. All right. Thank you, Michael Williams. So this right here, not great against FSU. Okay. Clemson, this is Emory's number. 24 for 33, 151, not it. Versus 8 for 20. If that's Emory's numbers, that's not good. But you got to remember, too, they were playing so conservative with Emory at the time. I just think you're going to, I don't know. You're right. Those stats ain't good. They're not good. But you know what those stats are like? They're like the Lagway. They hyping up this Florida quarterback, Lagway. Same numbers. I don't think he's thrown over 200 yards in a big game. But they're like, he's the next second coming. Can we agree on that? All right. Cam would have been 12-0 if we had an average, if we had Pitt's defense, they would be number 3 in the playoffs right now. They would be ranked number 3 in the playoffs with Pitt's defense. Why does Pitt, Virginia Tech, everybody in the world, Bishop Gorman, down the street from where I live, if their defense play, we might be 12-0. If some of us on this podcast would have played, for sure. He was a true freshman. Yeah, man. I think y'all forget this dude. Yes. So look, we got Xavier Restrepo. We don't know if he's playing in a bowl game. Personally, don't play. X is giving so much to this school. I don't want to see him play. I do not want to see him get hurt. I don't want to see Cam get hurt. If Cam wants to play, great, but I want to see Emory play. But Cam deserves the right to do whatever the hell he wants because he did so much for this school. Even though we're not in the playoffs, the attention this school got all year was phenomenal. Incredible. So good for us, good for Cam. You do what you want, but please, baby Jesus, let's say a prayer. Please, baby Jesus. Baby Jesus. Please, baby Jesus. Don't let any of the Miami Hurricane players get hurt in this bowl game and ruin their opportunity to be at the next level in the NFL or for next season. Please, baby Jesus, don't let anybody get hurt. And somebody take that clip and please post it for me because that was funny. Oh, man. All right. Tennessee couldn't win a natty with Peyton. Okay. What QB in the playoffs has a statue? See? Wait. What quarterback has a statue at quarterback? Wait. What QB in the playoffs have a statue at quarterback? Emory's not a stat. He can run a little bit. Carson Beck, Georgia. They're in the playoffs. I put Emory, he's a Carson Beck, but a better thrower. Better, he can read the defense better than Carson Beck. What's wrong with Carson Beck in Georgia? What's wrong with Carson Beck in Georgia? Dubs 2407. Dubs 24/7 is all over this podcast. He wants some attention. Mario, not good at development. Anyone else nervous for the next year? I'm not nervous. I think they're going to be what they are. You know, we'll see how it shakes out, man. We'll see. I'm not nervous yet. I want to get through this bowl game. I want to see some players play. Emory broke his arm running for that first down. Yes. Get him, my Max. Get him, my Max. Dub, Oregon, Ohio State. Okay. All right. Anything else y'all want to talk about? So we talked about Xavier. We talked about Cam getting robbed at the Heisman's with only 4 votes. We talked about Zay leaving. I don't think that's a big deal. I think Zay's a great receiver, but there's a lot of great receivers. You know, there's very few elite receivers, and that's what we really need. Elite receiver, especially if Emory is quarterback, we need elite receivers, not good receivers, elite receivers that can get space. Defense, they need help. We got the secondary dude coming in from, I believe, Jackson State, number 2 guy in the portal. We got him. We need some more defensive backs. If you a defensive back, if you can cover somebody on an island, please come to Miami because we need you. I think our linebacker, man, here's the thing. I think Alderman next year is going to be good. And I don't know if you've ever, I got a chance to be on the field for a game. I don't know if you've seen Popo up close. But when I tell you, that dude looks like an old school Miami Hurricanes linebacker. I mean, he looks the part. I hope he plays the part. But that dude just looks the part. Like when you look at him, you go, oh yeah. You don't even have to ask what position he play. When he walked out, I was like, oh yeah, he a linebacker. That dude looks like an old, you could throw him in 2001 team and he would fit the part. He looks the part. You know what? He just looks the part. I love Popo, man. I hope he shines next year. I'm excited about our linebackers. We're going to get the defensive line together. We just need the secondary. We need the secondary. Yes, yes, I agree with you, Malik Savage. We need an elite defense. Popo's man, tell me about it. Please, if you ever get a chance to walk by Popo, up close and personal, I was like, you don't want to mess with him. You do not want to mess with Popo. Popo the real, man. Canes vibe, take a nap, Oregon can't run. Okay. Wow, man, y'all start fighting with each other. All right, man. I think that's all I want to talk about. I think we're good. Anybody got anything you want to address? Maybe that I missed? Because there's a lot of information coming out. You know, we still don't know. I think that that quarterback's supposed to be in town, today? I think he's in town today, right? Today or tomorrow? Something like that? Dude, tell me, Bobby Washington. Bro, I'm not sleeping on him. And guess what? There's a reason he stayed. He know. He up next. I'm telling you, they may have some growing pains, but that linebacker, they all young, hungry, and fast. And they love to hit. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. Maybe add one veteran. You got Alderman, that's going to be great. Add maybe one more veteran. But, man, these young dudes are hungry. They want to eat. I'm so excited to see these lines. In 2 years from now, these linebackers are just going to be – they will be elite. I'm telling you. You got a couple elite linebackers on that core. I mean, they just remind me of old school Miami. That Popo dude, man, and Bobby White, they're all good. They're all good. You can name them all. I mean, this new crop they got, they're the future, man. Oh, I agree with you. We need some secondary and defensive linemen. That's right. Yes, he did. Broke his arm reaching for a first down. That dude's a gamer, man. So look at this. This is my final statement on that. I ain't mad at Emory. If Emory gets the job, and this may be fourth game in, I may be like, man, we should have got the other dude. But if we don't get that other dude, man, I'm rolling with Emory. I want to see what he got. I want to see what he got. The problem is, this is the biggest problem I see. If Emory doesn't work out, we have no depth after that. That's a problem. That's why if you don't get this other dude, you got to get the Mendoza kid, because at least he has experience. You know what I mean? And let him battle it out. Because the problem is, if Emory is the lead, and you don't get another quarterback, you're just dealing with guys that haven't played at all, like really at all. That's the biggest problem I see why not bringing in another quarterback. 4.3 speed, he that fast? How much he weigh? Star FLA. How much Bobby Washington weigh right now? Dude, bro. Youssef, I don't know if you saw his game last night. I was watching clips. Chalupa Batman. I was watching I watched it on my computer, and also Chalupa Batman put out a lot of clips. Big shout outs to Chalupa Batman. What up, homie? Love that dude. He does fantastic work, by the way. He talks to all the players. He breaks it down. I mean, Chalupa Batman is next level. Okay? If you don't watch Chalupa Batman, find him. Find his stuff on YouTube. Phenomenal. Elite. I will say that. He is elite, Chalupa Batman. Dude, if you missed it, Luke Nickel last night, 21 for 22, over 400 yards, and has wheels. Has wheels. Can move, bro. Sneaky fast. That's what I'm saying. I just said that. Kane's comeback tour. Balled last night. 25 wins in a row, 2 championships. Bro, I cannot wait to see the quarterback battle between him and Emory. Somebody transferring after that. I will tell you that. Somebody hitting the portal after that one. Whoever loses that battle is hitting the portal. For real. Yeah, I did too. Luke looked like for real. That dude's for real, bro. Luke is for real. So Bobby Washington, 4.3 is listed at 220. Woo! I mean, I'm excited about our linebackers. They need some veterans around them to kind of show them the way. But these dudes, I'm excited. I feel it. I feel that linebacker. They're so fast. All of them just fast. Pruitt's fast. I mean, all of them just nasty. They're going to be nasty. All right, guys. You have a good day. Remember, if you want to drop a super chat, you guys help me fund this show. Feel free. If not, all good. I'm still coming back. I'll be doing this a lot more. I just want to get, I didn't want to be that dude to have a podcast every time one thing happens, because I know that could be annoying. But drop a comment. If you want any small thing that happens, if you want me to pop on, I will, because we can talk about it. But I don't know where y'all at. So I was like, let me just hit y'all with one podcast a week with a bunch of stuff. But if you want the podcast to be like somebody gets picked up in the portal, I'll do a podcast about it. This show is your show. So you let me know where you want me to go with it. Because in the off season, you let me know what you want. And when the season, we cover the games, I have the whole crew. But you let me know if you see a big announcement and you want me to do, I'll do it. If you want that, I will start doing that. If you just want one a week, I will do that. Y'all let me know, and I will go by your comments and dictate, because this is your show too. And yes, I will fix this light. I don't know why this light went out. All the other lights work, but this light went out. Ridiculous. Thank you, IMAX. Another great show. I will see you guys soon. Hey, and I hate to say this, but I will be in Columbus, Ohio this weekend performing at the Funny Bone. Shows are almost sold out, even though they're playing in the playoffs. Saturday night, those shows are almost sold out, believe it or not. So that tells me there's a lot of people that live in Columbus, Ohio that hates Ohio State. But regardless, I will be there sulking, because right down the road from the club, Ohio State will be playing Tennessee. And I got to see all these Ohio State jackets, all these playoff. Oh, we end up playing when I turn on the news. I'll be on the news. on good day, Columbus or whatever it is, they'd be like, "Oh, we're in the playoffs. What about Miami?" I know the news and the radio stations. They don't think I know, but I know they're bringing me on their programs so they can dump on Miami. I know, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. And don't think I'm gonna let you slide with that either. Okay. Uh-huh. What's your manicured coach over manicured coach Ryan Day? looking like one of these, like a real life, what is it? A Funko Pop. All right, man. I will see y'all. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Love you guys. Thanks for supporting COC, Comics on Canes. Till next time. Later.